And right here, if we continue this way, so once upon a time, the train station pretty much ended right here. This was, let's say, this was the boundary, right there. And then they've added this whole new mall that, can I say impressive? I mean, the thing with malls today, doesn't matter where you go, you're pretty much in the same place everywhere. You're pretty much in the same, I mean, you see the same retailers, you see the same shops, the same restaurants. And believe me, they're good, they're useful, they're nice. But I wouldn't travel to another country just to see a mall today because, well, you could just go to a local mall where you live and I promise you it'll be just as good. But I just want to give you a quick idea of what the new part of the station looks like, and it'll give you an idea of what we can anticipate from the next bit that they build. I think with the confrontation I had today, I've earned a nice meal and a couple of drinks. So I'm gonna head to the market, my favorite place, and maybe show you the construction that's being done right now because we've got to pass it to get there. So enough of this. This is not that interesting. So unfortunately, you used to be able to get through the back here, and now I've got to walk all the way around. But the weather's nice, so why not? Over there, guys, is the market, and over here would have been where we crossed once upon a time, and now it's all closed off and construction is underway. Let's see if we can take a quick look at what's going on back there. This is causing a little bit of mess in the city because the tracks run all the way down there and you have a couple of main roads, and a lot of people are complaining about the traffic because up until recent times when all this started, traffic was unknown in Riga, and honestly speaking they're complaining about having to sit maybe 10 or 15 minutes longer in their car. They should try London or Miami during the rush hour. And I can't emphasize this enough, guys. Anybody that wants to experience this portion of history do so as quickly as you can, because I don't know if you remember, I did a video a few months ago where I walked around this flea market full of Soviet stuff, and I just found out last week that they actually shut it down and they're re-renovating everything. So I don't know if they're going to sell the same stuff just in nicer booths, or they're going to bring in nicer stuff, but either way it won't be the same. So let's see if my friend Nadezhda is around today.
Надежда, мой компас зимой. Взрослая, старенькая?
Да, старенькая, да.
90 лет? Сегодня ее нет, у нее сегодня пенсия.
А, да, вы ее знаете?
Она здесь обычно. Старенькая женщина.
Да, знаю, но уже давно ее не видел. Я был
Да,
просто...
она завтра будет.
Завтра будет?
Да, сегодня у нее пенсия, сегодня у нее денег много.
Хорошо.
Приходите.
Она получает деньги сегодня, да?
Да. Пенсия.
Тоже неплохо.
Ну да. Жить-то надо.
Да, конечно. Как вас зовут?
Светлана.
Светлана. Очень приятно, Джастин.
Приятно,
Все.
Джастин.
До
Приходите.
свидания. She's off today. It's payday apparently. She gets her pension, so... Guys, I fell on this place. I think it's Uzbek. Is it Uzbek here? Uzbekistan?
Like we are just selling like Uzbek stuff, but seriously, that's all came from the Russia.
All comes from Russia, yeah?
Yeah.
So you won't be
Not
bringing,
li-
you won't
okay.
be bringing much more soon, right?
Okay, that's not like come from Russia, but they are exporting like from Uzbekistan, Georgia, Azerbaijan, from these whole countries.
And you have all the lukums, all the halvas, all the spices and everything. But what
From
I was
the east,
from the east. But what was really interesting is how well you speak English. And you told me you learned English on YouTube.
Yeah. What I can tell when my teacher says you stupid never can communicate in English, and I says okay, I will not learn in your studies. And after that, I just live like half year in Holland. And in Holland we need to just communicate in English, and I understood that when I watching a lot of movies, I understand everything what they talking about.
Spreekt u Nederlands ook? Klein beetje.
But I can speak Russian the same.
But where are you from? Yourself?
I'm from here, from Latvia.
Ah, you're a Latvian?
And I can speak in German the same.
So English, Latvian,
German.
German and Russian?
Yeah.
Wow. You're a real polyglot.
Yeah, that's no problem. But
What's your
because
name?
Gatis.
Gatis, like
The-
the famous comedian Gatis Candice.
Oh my gosh.
You know
he
the
was-
famous comedian
he was
Gatis
stupid.
Candice?
We don't like them.
But he's funny.
But that was not funny. That's
He's
crazy.
famous. He's famous and funny.
But
I think
he's famous because everybody is just laughing about him.
famous for being stupid.
Yeah,
basically.
famous to be stupid. I don't think so. It's cool.
No.
I don't think so. And he show it. Okay, he is nerd by himself, because 1,000,000% this guy will never just live with some girl. I think
Yeah,
so.
he dries his pants on the bush. So what do you expect? And he's got barbecues. Look at these skewers. I'm gonna have to make some videos on how to barbecue properly, but I want to share with you some of these skewers. You've got the thick
This one
ones.
is
Look at these.
it's open.
These are double-edged skewers for chicken breast. I mean, these guys take their barbecuing seriously.
Yeah.
Look at these skewers right here.
And the best part is that's made of stainless steel, and that means when you can use it for all your lifetime.
And this barbecue here, this is, all right, it's not a gas grill that lights up right away. It takes some work, but look at this.
They need some goals. to
Cast
use it.
iron. You put some wood in there, you burn the wood, turn it into coal, and it's even got a place there for making a good ucha or harcho or any kind of soup you want. Now
Okay,
you're going to
we did-
subscribe to my channel. Go on.
Let's go. Let's go.
Subscribe, like, and ring the bell.
Yeah, this kind of if you made right now the video about the citizens from Ukraine and ask them the questions, and I think so. If you show something like that,
You know what? But I think I don't want to get political. I don't want to mix myself in politics. I believe in people have the right to live in peace. Doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're Ukrainian or you're from wherever. Everybody has the right to live in peace. So I don't want to now. I started this video today. I was by the tower, the clock at the Origo, And I'm making this video, and while I'm talking, this drunk guy, Russian guy, comes up to me. Yeah, what the fuck? I said, what happened? Where are you from? Where are you from? I said, I'm from England. You putting BBC? I said, me? And he's talking, trying to talk to me in English.
Because I understood it, but right now the situation is like it is, and I think so. These people, like they are angry. In Latvia, like a lot of people, just Latvians, just write so bad things about the Russians, and they have like monumental statue in like Tornkalns, and that was because at the Second War,
Yeah, the victory statue.
the victory, yeah. But at the same time, in this day, we have like there's not victory, but we lose a lot of people in the war. And in this day, we are just celebrating not victory. We are celebrating about that's when like
Memorial
ancestors.
Day, like a memorial for dead soldiers.
Yeah. And that's the only one country in the world where it's
The same day.
it's the same day.
Why did they choose the same day? Why?
That's happened in the same day.
No, you don't commemorate dead people on one day. You end the war on one day.
Because like Latvians just attacked to Latvians. Latvians was in the Russian army. Latvians was in the German army, and each other they just killed. You know.
Yeah.
And they had no possibility just to leave that army and go to other army. So for that, we are just celebrating like our ancestors when they just made the freedom Latvia. Like for freedom, they just fight, but at the same time, it's sad for us. But at the same time, I don't think so. When we need to just just cut it and says, okay, you can celebrate, we cannot celebrate. I think so. The government needs to make this day like Russia says, you are fascist because you are just celebrating this day. Because the only fascists can celebrate this day when we win.
Yeah.
And that is the problem. All these years, that is the problem. But I don't think so. They needed to make this problem. But Latvian nationals, like Latvians, they are making the politics of that. And so for that, they are saying you can't just speak in Russian. In Latvia government, we needed only Latvian language. Okay, but there was a lot of historical things what you can't change like on 2 or 3 days or weeks.
Or 1 or 2 generations.
Yeah. And so for that, they are just making the politics of that. Because Latvia is small, like 1.5 million of people, and that's also for that they need some votes.
What do you have? 30-40% Russian in Latvia?
No, 40% I think.
40% Russian. Can you imagine if they start hating each other because you're Latvian and he's Russian? It's crazy. It's sick what can happen. Yeah. And it's just being fueled by the media.
And if they will come to Latvia, right now I heard about that. Like in Latvia, there was like a few of Ukrainians who just use it when they can live somewhere in some family and just keep themselves like in a safety place, some food. They don't need the place, nothing. Yeah, but they are like animals. Their attitude is like animals.
Really?
Yeah. They says, why you're not making food? And like
really rude. Yeah.
Seriously, yeah. And the attitude of them would make the problems. Right now in Kelers, in Riga, they just beat 2 of Ukrainians, like Russians. Latvian Russians, yeah, they just broke the nose and
the jaw,
the chin.
Yeah,
they broke it because they just there was like 4 people of group of Russians. They speak with each other like Latvia, Russian. Everybody just speaks Russian. And 2 Queens just live there. And they just go outside and says, why you speak in Latvian, in Russian language, and they just came to them and just beat them and just broke the nose, and they're in the hospital right now.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and if they will come here like thousands, there will be a group of Latvian and Russians.
It will be civil war. It will go to civil war.
1,000,000%, like in 90s.
That is. We should go for a drink one day, grab a beer together. You can practice your English, I'll practice my Russian.
No problem.
See you later. This is the place I want to share with you guys. And I think you're going to like this. It's a place in the market, and they sell, it's in the fish pavilion, and they sell a huge variety of fish products. And the thing is, it's so authentic. This is back from the day. And they have a fish soup here, Fish Salyanka, that I always go for. But and during COVID, they were shut, and I was dying to show you this place, but have a look. This is all authentic. From the day, this actual place, this sink, you can see, is a Soviet sink with the original tap. Even a payphone that you can see right there, 2 kopecks. These posters, chatka, which is the famous Russian crab, and these utensils, and that poster up there, which I actually have. And this is just fabulous. Now, I've just ordered myself a soup that I want to share with you. It's salyanka. Now, salyanka is usually made of a variety of smoked meats, but this place specializes in a fish version, and it's amazing. So here we go, guys. This is salyanka, and I decided to take a couple of Zakuski to go with this beautiful shot of samagon. No one should ever drink without a purpose or without a reason. And in this case, I really want to drink the piece because, as you see, what happened to me today is getting slowly but surely out of hand. And unfortunately, hatred is probably more contagious than COVID. And I'm worried that this is going to spread to countries where there are big populations of Russians that fall within the boundaries of Europe, and we can slow that down or prevent it altogether. I mean, once again, all this cancelling Tchaikovsky and cancelling Dostoevsky or not drinking vodka in America is getting ridiculous. I was watching actually a news report the other day, and Boris Johnson, Prime Minister of England, was being interviewed, and they asked him, you know, different questions, and he made it a point to say that Russians probably had, some chemical weapons and everything else, and nobody wants to even think of that possibility. But what stood out to me more than anything else is when he was asked, do you know the price of petrol? He nodded his head, he had no clue how much a litre of petrol costs in his country. That was crazy. And then, on the other side of the Atlantic, I saw a politician, don't remember his name right now, but he was being asked about the price of gas in America. And he said, well, the thing is, it's not affecting me. I drive an electric car, and I think everybody should drive an electric car. And I was completely shocked. Like, everybody's got 50 grand laying around just to get themselves a new electric car. And what I noticed is there is such a disconnect between the people ruling us to the actual people that they rule. And what can I tell you? It kind of reminds the story of Marie Antoinette. The rumor has it that when the people didn't have food, her response was, let them eat cake. And to me, there's not much difference. I see that we haven't evolved at all as humans. We just have different circumstances and different surroundings. So I want to drink the peace, and let's not let this hatred spread into a situation that would be completely out of control and put us all at risk. So, cheers. Fabulous. This soup with the dill on top, it's got fish, green olives, bits of fresh lemon. It's amazing. Oh. Fantastic. Well guys, once again, thank you so much for watching.
spread some peace out there, and remember, enjoy your journey.
Молодец.
Все, тебе еще раз был.
Спасибо.